Good morning, everybody. Welcome in. Thank you so much for joining me here on the Income Stream. My name is Pat Flynn, here to help you make more money, save more time, and help more people too. It is May 9th, Saturday, day 54 straight, 1 hour each day going live for you. If it's your first time, welcome in. If you're back, welcome back. Let's have some fun. Welcome to the Income Stream.
This is the Income Stream to help you achieve your dream, all while we keep it clean. This is the Income Stream. It's the kind of show where you can come and go, but then you leave inspired with no fee required. The Income Stream with Pat Flynn.
Welcome in. Saturdays or the weekends are typically a little bit less crowded, which is cool because we can go really deep with the few people who are here. And if you're watching the replay, awesome. We're going to do some Q&A. We're going to do some website reviews today. And we're just going to have some fun for the next hour. We're going to have a good time. Make sure you hit subscribe if you haven't already. That's very important because that way you get notified every time a new video pops up. I don't just go live every day. I have some videos that are really helpful for the community that come out every once in a while too. And as you can tell, there's an amazing, thriving community here. Thanks again for joining me today. We're going to have some fun. So if you have a question, we'll just get right into it, right? If you have a question, pop in the word question in all caps, colon, and then follow it up with your question. Mike's home ESL, welcome, and he says, hangover, no time to wash your hair. No, I'm just trying to be a little bit more comfortable today. You know, the hair is getting a little bit out of control. I gotta say, I gotta put a little bit more product in there in the mornings now because of the quarantine and not having gone to the barber in a while. It's pretty poofy too. I don't know. I mean, the hat made it come down a little bit, but it is a little poofy today. Plus, I wanted to talk about the SwitchPod a little bit today. For those of you who don't know, the SwitchPod is a company that, and it's a product that my videographer and we invented. And in fact, this was launched in February of 2019. We launched to the tune of $415,000 on Kickstarter. And ever since then, we've been just gangbusters reinvesting that money back into the company so that we can grow it. And so far, we're basically out of inventory. We are very close to the last parts of our very first order of over 10,000 units since then. So we have another order that's on its way already. We even introduced some other accessories and product, and it's just been a really fun and wild journey. I've never done anything like this before, but the business is taking off. And in fact, there is a contest going on right now. I wasn't sure if I was going to mention this, but if you go to, let's see, where would we go? Instagram Moment Lenses, I think. I'm just going to see if I could find the Instagram for Moment. Okay, so this is the Instagram page for Moment, and you'll see right here the second image here. So Moment is the @ on Instagram. They're running a little bit of a challenge, right? And you can see here they're giving away a whole bunch of stuff. In fact, they're also giving away, look at that. What's that leg popping out right there? That's the SwitchPod. And the cool thing is we have gained through this contest about 1,200 new followers on our SwitchPod account. So if we go to actually Instagram.com SwitchPod_, because we couldn't land the SwitchPod one, we have 8,384 followers there, which is pretty cool. I had no idea how fast this would grow. Here's our packaging for the ball head. Here's another sort of thing about the contest. So if you follow us on SwitchPod_ on Instagram, you'll see a way that you'll be able to sort of win this sort of collection of stuff. And it's just been really cool to connect with other companies. I mean, obviously that wouldn't have happened if we hadn't invented this thing, but there's so many cool companies out there that want to work with us. This is a cool little side view of somebody using their SwitchPod with the brand new ball head, which is pretty cool. And yeah, it's just been a really neat time. So switchpod.co is our website, and some of the biggest lessons we've learned since inventing that thing is, number one, physical products take way longer than digital products. Anybody here in the room doing physical products? If you are, hey, I feel you. It's very difficult. There's a lot of things that can go wrong, and there's a lot of things that have to happen in order for things to go right. Now, we didn't just jump into this, invent something, and go, hey, world, here it is. We took people along the ride. In 2017, after going to an event called Vid Summit in LA, this is where we had the idea, and then we were very upfront with people right in the beginning, because we knew, and I know from my own experience, that we needed that validation that this thing was actually indeed worth kind of moving forward with. And every time we collected feedback, we built a new prototype, and then we gave it back to the community to say, what should we do next? Is this the way you want it? And then we just kept building and building, iterating and iterating. And over time, it just was shaped by the customers that we eventually created. And it's just been a really neat ride. The other lessons learned is that there is a lot more money needed to invest in a physical product like this. This cost about $90,000 up front. Not all at once though, but that includes the prototyping, and prototypes were initially very cheap, like $25, $30 for a plastic 3D printed one. But once we started to get into the sort of metal and aluminum molds, that's when the money started to really have to be required to keep going. But that's why we ran the Kickstarter campaign to validate, collect a pool of money, and then invest it back into the business. And it's really the molds that cost the most. I mean, each one of these legs that you could see here are a different shape because they all sort of interconnect at the top and then can open and close into a tripod. And each one of those molds is like $15,000, $20,000. But the mold is key because that's where you can pour metal into, or plastic if you're doing plastic injection molding, so that you can just like start printing these things out, right? Print and print and print. And it's really cool just to have gone through about 10,000 different iterations, 10,000 different products right now. Denise, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. I saw one earlier from Mike ESL. I'm gonna see if I can dig that shirt up. I don't know necessarily where it is. I kind of hide that in the back of the closet. We'll see what happens from there. What's the SwitchPod discount code? I'm not even sure if there is a discount code right now, to be honest. Let's see. Okay, let's answer some questions and let's just get right into it. Ryan says, why don't you use Streamlabs instead of Ecamm Live? Number one, I love Ecamm Live because it's just so much easier to use, and I like the product. It fits really well with Mac and just the Mac ecosystem. I know there's a lot more capability in Streamlabs, but for what I need to do and just ease of use, Ecamm Live plus my Stream Deck here, which I don't know if you've seen this before, but this is a 32. This is the XL version of the Stream Deck. This is what allows me to click buttons and say things like, thank you, by the way, and fun things like that. So I just prefer it, and I think it's easier to use, in my opinion, and I like ease of use. If something's difficult to use and it's hard to set up, I am less likely to do it, right? So part of my role is to lead by example, and one of those things that I teach and preach and try to live by is, hey, if this were easy, what would it look like, right? So Ecamm Live to me is the easiest. I do, however, use, in fact, Streamlabs for one thing and one thing only, and it's that pop-up that shows up whenever a super chat comes in. That's just done automatically through Streamlabs. And Streamlabs is pretty cool, and it is free, although I do have an account there, and I was exploring other options there. OBS is the PC sort of option for live streaming, and that's been really fun. Lloyd says, I'm considering starting a channel on Google Analytics and Google Tag Manager tutorials. Do you think this is a good niche? Yes, it's actually very, very lucrative as well. I have hired people for over $5,000 to help us with Tag Manager and Analytics understanding. So it really depends on who it is you're targeting, right? I think that you could go B2B, right, to help companies, B2B, business to business. You could help companies learn how to take their analytics and how to tag better such that they can get more information and grow their business and thus get an ROI on your services. Or you can go the more sort of B2C route, in which case you are helping sort of the masses. And either way, you can help by publishing content that is within those realms. But there's a lot of money there, right? It's a very difficult thing to understand. If you can help break it down and make it simple. There is a person out there who I do follow that has talked about that, Chris Mercer. This is him here, Chris Mercer, Useful Business Valuation. So this could be somebody that, I don't want to say, hey, this is your competition, right? But what I'm saying is this is somebody that is not the Chris Mercer that I was talking about. Chris Mercer, Google Tag Manager. That was not Chris Mercer. CXL.com. Here we go. That's Chris. He's a good guy. He's really, really down to earth. And I'm not saying that he's your competitor, but this just shows you there are entire businesses that do this, right? So that's validation, number one. Number two, this is one example of somebody that you should find to see, okay, well, where might I be able to fit in? Chris's stuff is and can get pretty advanced, so maybe you tailor more to the beginner stuff, similar to what I do in the entrepreneurship space, or maybe you go super advanced. I don't know what your superpowers are in this space, but hey, maybe you could deliver some massive value to larger companies in exchange for a lot more money too. So there's a lot of things that you might be able to do. Xenia and Vlada says B2C is the best. I'm not as familiar with B2C. Obviously, I'm B2C, business to customer. I am very familiar with that. B2B is something that there's a lot of opportunity and there's a lot more money. In fact, I am going to be interviewing somebody next week that is going to help us understand a little bit more about B2B, because I think a lot of things can be tailored to B2B. For example, with Fusebox.fm, if you don't know what Fusebox.fm is, it is actually the next version of the Smart Podcast Player, something that my team and we invented, software essentially to help you best display your podcast on your website. This is now turning into a much bigger business, a much bigger brand. And in addition to, helping podcasters and having customers who are in the podcasting space, we have customers who help podcasters, and that's sort of a B2B sense, meaning we offer sort of development licenses for using our products for people who create websites and help people in the podcasting space. We have one customer who has, I think, over 100 clients. And so they have a special license, and it's fun to work with them because they can offer more value to their clients, and we are helping them expand their business model, but we're also getting a bunch of extra customers and somebody who's on a much higher payment plan too, which is cool. What's up, everybody? Good morning. We got Don in the house, Corey, Consult the Blind Guy, Ellen, Grandma Goody, Gift Biz Unwrapped, that's Sue. Let's see, Franco in the house, Fly Ride. What's up, Fly Ride? I owe you a YouTube channel review, right? Was it a YouTube channel review, or was it a YouTube channel review, Fly Ride, or was it a website review? Either way, we're gonna make it happen today. Just let me know. And man, it's Saturday already. How is it May 9th? We're like almost halfway through May, almost halfway through the year. It's basically 2021. And I'm excited about that because 2020 has been kind of a drag, but there are some good things coming out of it, right? A lot of people are finding new opportunities. A lot of people are finding the time to spend more time with family, to focus on those business opportunities that have always been in front of them now. This group has been created. The live stream, the income stream, wouldn't have shown up if it wasn't for the quarantine situation. So there are some good things coming out of this, and I'm really thankful for and grateful for you, your time, and attention. Marla says, I kind of miss the wheel. Yeah, the wheel is something that I didn't want it to be in every episode. I got a lot of great advice, not just from the people who are in the room, but a lot of people who watch this later who told me, yeah, the wheel's awesome. It provides a lot of value, but if you bring it in every show, it's going to not be as surprising, not be as fun in terms of when it comes in. So I might have a particular day of the week when it comes in, or it might just come sort of as a surprise. And so maybe I'm going to keep it a surprise so you'll never know when you come in. No wheel today. Let's see. Another question. We'll start to do some website reviews in the middle at the half-hour mark. How do you integrate the Streamlabs plugin that you just showed with Ecamm Live? So the way that it's done is it's done with, it's a custom something or other. I don't even know how to describe it. It's a widget. I think it's called a widget within Ecamm Live. Let me see. Ecamm Live widget, custom widget, widget overlay. So text widget overlay. I'm here on Ecamm's website. Image overlay, movie overlay, comment overlay, countdown overlay, widget overlay down here, right? As you can see, it says like there's Streamlabs widgets that you can integrate, and you have to grab the URL that Streamlabs gives you and connect it and pop it into, it's in your overlays window here. Yeah, it's somewhere. I don't know exactly where it is right now, but it is possible, and there is a lot of documentation about that. So that's how we can make it happen. Cool. Oh my God, Pat Flynn, you are ridiculously amazing. Why? What did I do? I don't know. I am just here to help and serve you every day. 2020. Somebody said 2020 up here. 2020 says Gift Biz Unwrapped. I'm seeing many of my clients creating amazing businesses, saving activities. It's so inspiring. Business saving activities. That's really great. I love that. Scooby Life says, your YouTube Live and the Quaranteam starts my day off on such a positive note daily. This is such a supportive, positive group. Thank you, Pat, and everybody. You're welcome. This is very much a result of you all coming in and showing up, not just me coming in and popping in here every day. We have a couple super chats, by the way. Thank you, Danny, and thank you, Sue. That's amazing. Let's pop up. Danny's here. Hey, Pat and team, Flynn, excited to be here. Thank you, Danny. I appreciate you for being here. By the way, these pop-ups of money that you see up in here, if you aren't familiar with them, as you can see, like this one right here, this is the Streamlabs thing that's connected automatically, right? And I have a little icon there with the DeLorean just because it's something I love. I also love BB-8. Say hello to BB-8 today, hanging around with us. The pop-ups that you see that involve money are called super chats here on YouTube, and those are like paid comments, and they get highlighted, as you can see, not just within the stream here, but within the comment section. It shows like a little dollar amount at the top so that people can go and chat and see who had left that donation. And for me, it's a donation, right? It's not a donation from you to me. Well, it is, but I am actually passing that forward to this month, Project Cure, who's helping people on the front lines right now in the medical field. Last month, we were able to raise over $1,200 and support 6,000 different meals for people in need at the San Diego Food Bank, which was really amazing. So that was really fun. And then Gift Biz Unwrapped says, I'm missing being here the last few days, but I always join when I can. Thanks so much for being here for us, Sue. I appreciate you being here, and good morning to everybody. Corey says, not a question, but took me 2 years to get my head around all of this. Another year to start. From your Amazon video, developed new relationships, and got a $1,000 Amazon order yesterday. That's awesome. One of the cool things about Amazon is just you never know if you have an affiliate link, what people will buy. Because when you're an affiliate for Amazon products, even though they recently slashed their prices, it's still worth doing, slash their commissions, by the way, not their prices. Even though that happened, it's still worth doing because there's a lot of opportunity there. First of all, not all categories got hit with the affiliate price slash, but there are big opportunities in not just what people click on and buy, but everything else that they put into their cart within 24 hours. There's a 24-hour cookie typically with Amazon Associates, meaning if you grab a link for My Book Will It Fly and you pop it up and you put it on your resource page, and let's say people buy it and that's awesome, you might get like 30 cents to $1 because it's a book, right? It's very low percentage in terms of commission. But let's say somebody adds the book to their cart and then they add a watch or a pool or a boat. Those are things that people have actually put into their cart when they've clicked on my affiliate links, things that I don't sell or talk about at all. Because people, when they buy on Amazon, they want to buy other things too. So there is some benefit still of going on Amazon, and that's why it's still very powerful, even though there are other affiliate programs that you could sell other products for higher commission, like Target, Walmart, B&H Photo, if it's video, photo related. Amazon's still worth it, in my opinion. So that's really cool. $1,000. What do they buy, or what combination of things, or what did you do? That's really amazing. Yeah, the biggest commission I had was for like a watch, right? Somebody had purchased a gold watch after clicking one of my links for something business related. I'm like, what are you doing buying watches on Amazon? That doesn't make any sense to me, unless maybe it's a last minute gift or something. I'm not quite sure. Expert Launch says, you're awesome, Pat. Appreciate you as well. Bruh. Hashtag bruh. Bromance. I'm having a bromance with my audience. Well, it sounds like bromance, right? Statement from Martin. Income stream in Slack is like having your own personal tutor on hand 24/7. Thank you, Pat Flynn and team. Quaranteam. Martin, thank you so much for the super chat earlier, by the way. And in fact, with your permission, Martin, I'd love to have you be our first guest for a website review, if you don't mind. I'd love to help you out with that. Mike's Homie Cell says, what about StreamYard? StreamYard is pretty cool. It's sort of like an OBS competitor. I've explored it. It makes it very simple to go live as well across different platforms. I'm a big fan of it. Again, it's web-based, and I much prefer just the Ecamm Live and how easy it is to use. Cool. More questions. One from Ryan. Some say live videos hurt your channel over time since they are not replayable later. Should you not live stream then if you want a subscriber? I think it depends. I mean, you can go back to any of the 53 previous income streams and you can watch them. They are replayable. Perhaps what you meant was they aren't as valuable as a replay. And I think that just has to do with, what's the content. And it is something to be said, though. There is a lot of potential truth there, right? Because if a person subscribes and then they're getting notified every day for a live stream, well, they don't necessarily always want the live stream. Maybe they want to subscribe to you for a particular thing that you had come out with that, they found you for in search. So have I heard from Martin yet? I haven't heard from Martin yet. Maybe he's stepped away. But Martin, if you're in the house, I want to do a website review. I have it already popped up. All right, I just found out about Income Stream. Happy to be here. Hey, Expert Launch, happy that you are here too. Hello, @Reef, good to see you here. We did a wonderful YouTube channel review for you yesterday or the other day, which was really cool. Great stuff. Pat Flynn, thank you. You did mine the first week. I'm still rebuilding it. Okay, 3 weeks. Yes, I'm reminded of that. I wanted to give you a chance to see if there was something that you updated that we wanted to do. So, okay, let's see here. Let's start with, actually, if you'd like to do me a favor and pop in your website for me to review. We're going to skip Martin today. We'll do it again in a few weeks after he's gotten some updates. So pop in your URL. Now, YouTube's not going to give you the chance to just drop in your URL straight away. You're going to have a creative way, maybe pop some emojis in there or write out the word ... or something, or www. Just find a way to get through me. It may not come through, but I might be able to see it. And then I'm going to see if there are any things that I can also review here. There's a YouTube channel that I might review. A couple of them actually, Flyride and Postpreneur. We might get to that in a little bit. The Postpreneur. We'll see. But let's see if we can get some websites up here. One of my favorite things to do are these website reviews because it can teach everybody sort of, the best practices of what we can do to better serve our audience on our websites. And let's see here. A lot of people always ask me, well, why do you go live just on YouTube? Why not multi-stream? Why not go live on Facebook and Instagram and, Twitch and YouTube at the same time? That is a possibility. There are tools, even with Ecamm, that allow you to do that. However, I want to focus on building the community here. I want all eyes on YouTube. I want to grow my YouTube channel here. I want to grow this show here. Plus, I think if I were to start engaging with the audiences across different platforms, it might come across not as impactful or personable if I were to say things like, hey, by the way, here's a question from somebody on Facebook, and maybe we just spend a lot of time on that and the YouTube crowd doesn't get a lot of love, or I spend more time on the YouTube crowd. I might go stream on those other places and just say, hey, if you want to communicate with the audience, I'm focusing on the community on YouTube. Come join me on YouTube instead. I may do that, but I'd prefer to just kind of have it all in one spot. Okay, let me just write down these websites and I will get into it. Cool. Let's just dive right in. I'm picking people at random here, and we're going to have some fun. Did I see the super chat from @Reef? I did. Thank you so much for that $9.99. Very generous of you. We will see if we can get it at @Reef.com. We just did a review for you the other day, but you're very generous with your super chat, so we're going to see if we can get to that. So we're going to speed through these. Let's go through a few of these right now. I'm just going to pop these up here. All right, so let's start with productivedesks.com. This is, I think, who is this? Martin or somebody else with an M name who has this website here. So let's just review this really quick. I'm going to take away my picture-in-picture, and we're just going to dive right in, right? Productive Desks, very cool. When you need time, when you need to get some serious work done, chances are you're at a desk. Here on productivedesk.com, we provide you with directions, tips, and tips to have the most pleasant desk experience in your life. Cool, okay. Very clear what it is, very sort of niche, right? But it is in the productivity space. And I think this is really cool because this is almost like a micro superpower within a much larger space. The productivity space, the self-improvement space is huge, absolutely huge. So I really like this sort of unique angle within this space, right? Now, I wasn't sure if this was going to be something where I could buy a desk. I was not so sure until I got here. It's desk time. One quick piece of advice, you don't need to say like, here on productivedesk.com, like you don't have to say that. Like you can skip those kinds of languages because, hey, people are here already and that's what you can just offer, right? So you can have the most pleasant desk experience in your life. Now, in addition to that, I would like to challenge you to say, well, why is that pleasant desk experience important, right? And it sounds like it's for productivity purposes, right? So how can we not just have the most pleasant desk experience, but what is that pleasant desk experience, that's really hard to say, going to give to the person here, right? So it's likely more productive work, more headspace for creativity, less stress in a person's life, right? So if you can include those benefits, those are actually that's what people want, right? People don't want a clean desk. They want what the clean desk offers them, which is peace of mind, creativity, clarity, organization, all those kinds of things, right? So I'm going to click on Learn More here also, because I want to know what I can learn more about. What is the difference between a desk and a credenza? So this takes me to the blog page, And this isn't necessarily the best experience. This is, by the way, a very beautiful website, neatly laid out. I love that. You're doing a couple things like doubling up. I see this here and here on the right-hand side. So you're sort of missing an opportunity to share something new. As you can see, this article here is the same as this article here. A lot of very Pinterest heavy stuff, which I would imagine is a very good potential traffic source for you. So on the homepage, I was expecting to learn more about you and what you can do and the kinds of benefits that your website has to offer, not necessarily the same things I can see here, right? So this is I do something called a squint test where I look at a website and I go like this, right? And I look at the website and I try to see, okay, where do you want me to go? And very clearly you're doing a great job of showing me your sort of primary action, primary goal is to click on this button right here, right? Learn more. Okay, cool. I'm gonna learn more. What if I just got here to talk about desks and I'm like, okay, well, I don't necessarily think a desk and a credential, like why is that important to me? Not that that's an article you shouldn't write, but this is on the page that I land when I hit learn more, right? We should be going over to where we can help people most. And what I would recommend is you either have a start here page. So a start here page is great because that takes people to, hey, let me tell you a little bit more about the desks and the situation here. If you're just starting out and you don't have a desk yet, this is what I'd recommend getting. If you're learning how to sit on your desk properly, here's what I would do. Here's our #1 article for organizing your desk, for example. Here's a little bit more about us, and also here's a free PDF guide to help you understand the 5 things you can do on your desk right now to make your life happier, right? And that way you're collecting email addresses at the same time. But neatly laid out. I love this. The only thing I would say, let me go to the About Us page here. There you are, Miriam. There you are. It took me a while to find you, right? I would also say that you could potentially benefit from having your face pop up here on the homepage at some point and just kind of an introduction. Hey, I'm Miriam. I am very, very conscious of productivity and how our desk plays a role in our overall lives. And thank you for being here today. And if you want to learn more about how to get started, and the #1 thing you can do, the only thing you should do, or whatever, click here, right? So I think that, and let me know, chat, if you agree, putting your face on here, since I know you're comfortable doing that, it's here already on the About page. And by the way, the About page should have, okay, they've learned about you, now what? Where should they go next? Have that same button there as well, right? Put it on there. Thank you, Miriam. But I like this as like you supporting this as like, this is your specialty. This is your superpower, right? It looks very e-commercey. And the moment you start popping your face in there, it's not e-commercey anymore. It's connection. It's you as the authority. And I don't know how comfortable you are or where that line is for you in terms of you being able to step forward a little bit, but I would imagine that maybe you're just a little bit shy, I don't know. But I think you could put yourself up there a little bit more, maybe not necessarily at the top. And I would say, hey, I'm here to help you learn how to get more productivity time out of your desk and have a more creative day. But maybe down here, like, hey, let me introduce myself. My name is Miriam. I help XYZ. And I think that would be really, really good. Professor Nez here says, yes, the personal touch is key. Now, it's not for everybody, right? But the fact that you are showing up here already means, okay, if you're willing to do that, let's pop it onto the homepage so there's some connection there. Because again, the only thing I was worried about was, whoa, okay, is this a company that sells desks, or I'm not quite sure. So that's the only piece of feedback I have there for you. So let's cross that out and let's move to the next website. Thank you so much for being on the chopping block, people. All right, let's see. Let's see if this website pops up. Okay, there it is. So we're going to go to craft room time. Okay, cool. So this website here is for crafts, obviously. But what about crafts? What's the gist here? What am I going to get? Some sort of tagline goes a very long way. Why do you think every company has its own tagline or some phrase or saying that not every company does, but good ones, right? Good ones that have some sort of mission or sort of focus or motif such that a person can go and arrive there for the first time and clearly understand what this is about, right? Craft room time, we can kind of assume what this is about, but some initial sentence to help you would go a very long way. This is a very difficult exercise though, coming up with a tagline, right? It took me a month to get my tagline for my book, Will It Fly? It wasn't until I looked into who my audience was and what they were needing help with did it really come through. How to test your next business idea so you don't waste your time and money, right? Very clear what that is. Thank you, Professor Nez, for the super chat. I appreciate you for that. That is awesome. So here we are on Craft Room Time. And again, some sort of phrase underneath that can go a long way. The best way to determine what that phrase might be would be to do the 1 page, 1 paragraph, 1 sentence exercise. And this is really challenging. I talk about this, in fact, in my book, Will It Fly? Write a whole page of what it is you do, the kinds of things you offer your audience, and this becomes sort of a summary, like a document that you would turn into your teacher back in high school to just go over, the 5 paragraphs of what your website's about and who it helps and the purpose of it, right? This is great. Now, that's not a tagline. That's just everything that you do and why you do it. Then you can convert that 1 page into 1 paragraph. Try to take all the best things of that and sum it down into 1 paragraph. Then take that 1 paragraph and just, how can you take that 1 paragraph and turn it into 1 sentence? And that's it, right? So, and it can be as easy and simple as, for example, at patflynn.com, I turn dreamers into achievers. And that expresses a lot about what I do and the kinds of ways that I do things and who I want to work with. And it could be as simple as just a few things like that. Or, if it's a product, for example, it could be something like my good friend Benny, who sells a product to teach people Portuguese. He has a product where I can't even remember the name of it, but I remember the tagline. It's have a 15-minute conversation in Portuguese in 90 days, right? So it's very clear what it is that you get when you get here, right? So that exercise will work very well. The 1 page, 1 paragraph, 1 sentence exercise. Credit to where credit is due. Jamie Masters, who's a good friend of mine and a mastermind friend of mine, she taught me that. Okay, so let's go into this website. Crafts, DIY, upcycling, craft room organization, crafting for profit. Let's scroll down a little bit. Okay, got a little pop-up that showed up. That's not bad. However, there's a little extra character there. I'm not quite sure what the Alice in Wonderland feeling looking thing here is for. I don't know if that actually supports what it is that people are subscribing to. Get our latest content by email and password to all the free resources. You get a password. Watch your email for the codes. Okay, interesting. So we've talked about this before. People don't subscribe to email lists to get more email, right? They want the free thing. I think that if you focus more on the free code and the password, that's very interesting to me. I don't know what it is. I think that you have the opportunity on the left-hand side of that opt-in to share a little bit more about, okay, well, what is this code? What is it going to get you? Let me send you a free code that gets you bullet point, bullet point, bullet point, right? You really need to sell this thing. You have to make it so clear about what it is, because if it's a password and it's like free thing, but you aren't describing what the free thing is or what they get access to, well, most people default to doubt, right? So let me say that again. Most people default to doubt. Samuel, Roberto in the house, thank you so much for that super chat. Appreciate you. And Professor Nez with the $9.99. People default to doubt, right? So we have to be very clear no matter what we want people to do. Number one, we have to be clear with what we want people to do. So in that case, a pop-up showed up. We want people to subscribe, but we're not quite as convincing enough yet. And Samuel, Roberto, thank you so much for that super chat. I appreciate you. All right, let's go back in here. A little about me. So here you are, Lori. This is really cool. My whole life has been about learning and creating. I love the challenge of making something and giving it away. It gives me great pleasure to hear and see the joy in other faces when they too create. That's why I'm here today, sharing all my ideas, crafts, DIY, etc. Okay, not bad, not bad. I'm okay with that there. I would say the upper part of your page needs work. This is the home page. This is the part where we show off exactly what people are here for and the kinds of things that you can do. Right, so I would imagine that, I see that you have different, these are all different links, right? So if I click on crafts, DIY, upcycling, that will likely take me to a page that has a bunch of all these other things that you just mentioned there. Oh, interesting. Okay, so this took me to a sort of a landing page that makes me now click on another thing to begin. My goal to help you with all your crafting needs and wants. It will help me give the opportunity to provide you with the resources. I'm a little confused on what. Yeah, this interim page is really interesting to me, right? I'm not quite sure what we can do there. So, okay, imagine I'm landing on this page, and I'm like, cool, crafts, neat. I'm not sure what you can teach yet. I'm not necessarily sure what, do you sell stuff about this stuff? I'm not exactly sure, but I'm going to click on this anyway. And then now I see your face up here, which is cool. But I'm a little bit confused on, is my goal to help you with all your crafting needs and wants? To do that, your feedback is important. It will give me, so this copy here is very me-centric, right? Like, I need your feedback. I want to help you. I need an opportunity to help you, that sort of stuff, right? I think we could rephrase this in a way that would make it a little bit more giving versus taking, right? Even though I know you're giving, the language that you use in this sort of instance is really important, right? So for example, it's like, it's my goal to help you with all your crafting needs and wants. Okay, that's good for you, but what is this for me, right? You are sort of like trying to say, let me help you, but it's like, I need this to help you, versus the other way around, where you might even say, crafting can be very difficult. My goal is to help you get started, and to help you get started, click here. But I'm just not even that, like, again, I'm just not clear on what it is that we're getting here, right? If I click on crafts, Madeline, thank you so much for the super chat. That means a lot. Making and sending gifts. I mean, it might be something like, there's lots of ways to craft all kinds of different things. To help you reduce the confusion, you can click the link below to get access to all of my favorite articles about different projects that you can use, so you don't have to be confused anymore, right? So you see how I positioned it a little bit differently as more of a giving thing, like, hey, I know where you're at, and let me, like, here's the things that can help you with that, versus like, it's my goal, and this is, it's kind of tough. It's kind of tough to rephrase, but, a little bit more information. And again, do you need this page? I'm curious. I'm wondering if people can go from the home page. So if I click on craft room organization, that's clear, right? So hey, here you go. This is what I was talking about. You go right into the craft room organization, which I think is much more clear than this other one, crafting for profit. See, that's cool. Right, and here's the thing. Yeah, okay. Now we're getting, I like the idea of sort of segmenting your audience to the people who are really interested in making money from their crafts. And this is where a lot of success stories can come out from your audience. So whatever crafts that you've made, it might be interesting to start doing some quote unquote income reports on, hey, I crafted this thing, it took this many hours, look where I sold it, how much I sold it for. You can connect with other people in the Etsy space. There's a lot of opportunity there as well. But I think when you just, like, if you could sum up what you do and what you teach in one sentence, that needs to be so clear. And I would also show you up a little bit more, just like with Miriam on the last website review, right? I'd show your face a little bit sooner so that we can connect. There's a lot of people doing DIYs. There's a lot of people doing craft stuff. And I think a big unique opportunity that we all have is ourselves, right? Nobody is like us. And so that's a quick way to sort of make yourself unique, is to share a little bit more about you. But yeah, good stuff. Thank you. Let's try. Thank you, Hey Archer. Good to see you here. All right. So we're going to go to @Reef, who left a super chat earlier. We reviewed his YouTube channel, or her YouTube channel, not quite sure, @Reef's YouTube channel, not too long ago. But this is the website now, which is pretty cool. Now, there is something that popped up here that you can see. It says, we'd like to show you notifications for the latest news and updates. Allow, no thanks. This works. Just let me tell you straight up, this works, but to me, it's not the best experience. It's similar to a pop-up that asks to collect an email, right? First of all, I'm just introduced to this for the first time, and you're asking me to get updates and news. Like, how do I know if that's something that I want right now? This is something that's best done if a person's come back to your website, right? Because it's proof that they've come back to get more. Well, hey, you want to make sure you don't miss stuff? Click here. Versus, hey, nice to meet you. Can I share updates with you? Like every time I come out with something new. Whoa. Who are you? I'm not quite sure what we have to do here yet. So I would imagine that most people are clicking no thanks. I'm curious to what your conversion rate is. Now, again, people will click it, but you could probably get a much higher conversion rate and a much higher qualified lead by having that come out later, or worrying about other ways that you can potentially collect subscribers or get notified, right? Imperfectly perfect. @Reef shares stories and ideas about our everyday needs and approach to technology. I try to give you a variety of information about the coolest products that we can find, from the newest products to the oldest technologies. It's all about being @Reef. It's all about being @Reef, a relaxing place for you to see all the cool things that you like. Okay, I sort of have a gist of what you're talking about, but it's still a little bit hazy. Okay, that's great, but what do you do? And remember, on your YouTube channel, it took us a while to figure this out as well. The gist was technological unboxing videos, right? I unbox new tech so that you see the product before you buy it, right? Or so that you can understand these things that are quite difficult to understand, right? That's the benefit, right? So sure, you want to give all this information about the cool tech products or cool tech product reviews, right? Or new and old technology unboxed. That's kind of cool. And there's a picture of you perhaps unboxing something, right? Thank you, Lori, for the super chat. I really appreciate that. Not required to pay, by the way, if you get reviewed here. That's not part of the process, but I will happily accept it and pass it over to those who are in need right now. Now, I do know that your YouTube channel is quite a big deal for you, so I'm curious to see if this opens up YouTube or if this opens up a page on your website, right? Watch our videos. Hey, there you are. And again, remember, we said that up here in the channel artwork, we need to make sure that it's very clear what it is you do, because it's still not clear until, like, the thing that made it clear here was like tech unboxing channel. That's what made it clear, was that welcome video. 28,000 subs though, that's great. Essentially what you're doing here is you're welcoming people to your website and then they leave. They leave by watching our videos. I would have a secondary button here for learn more about me. And I think that could do very well, and that can just link to your about page, or click here for our gear, right? This is literally the only thing on the page here. And so I think we could benefit by having a secondary call to action. Whoops, what am I doing there? That's what I'm trying to do. I want to go to a Zoom call right now. So I think a second or third button. So watch our videos. Is it our videos or is it your videos, right? There's a very common thing here to have a business online and make it seem like it's like this company and this giant company. I remember when I first started greenexamacademy.com, I always said things like, you know, we here at greenexamacademy.com, or our company strives to provide you the best information about passing the lead exam. And honestly, when I started to go just like person to person, things started to click a little bit more. I started to get a lot more feedback, a lot more comments. It didn't seem like a company anymore. People want to connect with the people on the other end. And in your case, like, think about the people who are doing well in your space. Marcus Brownlee and the guy from Unbox Theory, right? These are people. And he says, like, he doesn't say like, hey, we at MKBHD. It's just like, that's him reviewing, right? And at Reef is you, right? And again, the name is fine. But I think that if it's, you know, it makes it seem like, hey, we're this bigger company that does this. And I don't know, maybe you do have a team of people who do these reviews and create these videos, in which case, okay, that would make sense. But then let's meet the team. Let's meet the reviewers. I think that could work out really well. So, you know, watch our videos. Yeah, what if it said instead, you know, check out the latest unboxing, right? And then they click there, they go to YouTube and they see your channel and maybe a particular playlist on your channel instead of just the homepage on your channel. Again, you're guiding them a little bit more. Maybe another button that says, or click here to learn more about me and what I can do for you. And I go to the about page. And I knew you'd like to show it because I remember seeing your face in videos. I would consider replacing the sort of cartoon version of yourself here with you, to be honest. Like, what are you trying to hide, right? And look, you're very open and upfront here, and I love that. Like, it's so much easier to connect with you when you talk in first person, right? I am a disabled veteran, and my dream is to be a part of your life and connect with people. Maybe you can join us and be a part of us, the few and the proud, the contributing writers at Reef. Okay, so there is a team of writers. Okay, so who are the writers then? Right? If it does feel like a team, then I want to see the team up front and go, hey, we are here to help you learn more about technology by unboxing, and we come out with a new video every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Ha, you are doing this live while we're on, aren't you? Look at that. This is happening live. My boom mic's making an appearance. You're right, it is. Hello. Trying to get some love on the shot there. Thank you. What if it just like slowly creeped? It was like, it's a little scary. All right, cool. Is that better? I think it was because I raised the camera up because I was sitting yesterday because I wanted to stand for you. You get a little bit more energy when you stand, right? Cool that you're doing this live. That's awesome. Watch my videos. Yep, I would go to a certain playlist, or you know, I would like, dude, it's so like this about page made me connect with you more than anything that we've done so far together. Right here, you are I want to connect with you and perhaps your team, and maybe you're just the leader of the team, so you don't necessarily have to show the other team members. But I like the personal connection, right? Like, I don't know. I just feel better about that. Right? I want to see, like, if it is about unboxing, like, make that the thing. Like I said the other day, like, have a picture of you opening a box with a light coming out of it and Photoshop it in a way just, oh my gosh, like, these things are incredible. What is he opening? Let's go to the YouTube channel to check it out. So, there you go. Live edits. Sweet. Okay, let's keep going here. So thank you, @Reef. I appreciate that. Let's go to YouTube, and maybe we can do a couple YouTube channel reviews. So I'm going to go to the Postpreneur, and I'm going to see if I can find this channel, and then we'll go right into it. Postpreneur? Postpreneur. It was a YouTube channel review, right? I don't see it. I don't see it, Postpreneur. The Post... Okay. I'm spelling this incorrectly. The Postrepreneur. That's hard to spell. There we go. Yo. Okay, here we go. The Postpreneur. Begin your journey to financial freedom. Free weekly tips and tutorials. Great. So it's not like the most beautifully designed artwork, but it does the job, right? And I get to see your face. I get a very clear, here's who we are. We're at the Postpreneur, and free weekly tips and tutorials. Begin your journey to financial freedom. The only thing I would say that you can do differently is free weekly tips and tutorials to help you XYZ, right? To help you save more money, make more money, and live a happier life, right? Maybe that's the tagline, for example. Like the three things in your tagline, the sort of three phrases can work really well, right? Like, hey, I'm Pat Flynn, here to help you make more money, save more time, and help more people too. It's a very, very sort of proven structure for a tagline. And so you have an opportunity to put it there. The pink and purple is quite nice actually in the background. I'm okay with the square image. It's very real, but you could potentially put like an image where the background's removed and you just show up there. But that's totally fine. You also have a website here, by the way, too. I'm going to click on that and see where that takes us. The Aces podcast. Cool. Wasn't expecting that. But hey, we're not doing a website review right now. Maybe this is just a website to help a podcast. But let's go. Let's see how many videos you have, number one. Okay, so you have plenty of videos, decent thumbnails. What I would say is that here on home, we need to change your channel home a little bit. Add your playlists here. You can add them in a more tiled fashion, sort of different columns, or you can have it be sort of rows, and you can mix them up a little bit, right? And let's see if we can go to @Reef just to sort of show you, because I remember @Reef was really nicely done. And by the way, he has that sort of trailer, which can be really good. I can imagine you having a trailer for, hey, welcome in, my name is such and such, and we here help you, or I help you XYZ. I recommend you check out the channel and make sure you subscribe because we come out with videos to help you make more money, save more money, and live a happier life. And as you can see down here, when we scroll down, we have a playlist, we have recent activities, popular videos, even just this, all horizontal could work well too. If I were to go to Pat Flynn, and if you see here, as you can see, I have some that are sort of laid out like this, and some that are laid out this way, that way, and you can put your most popular videos there too as well. Go back one more. So trailer video, build out the home page on your channel a little bit more with different sections depending on the different types of videos. Let's go into a video actually, and let's watch some of these together. So I'm gonna watch, let's see, what's one that did very well recently? By the way, picking up recently, which is good. I mean, check this out. In the past, 11 views, 4, 12, 11, and these were coming out maybe, you know, every so often. I could see it 7 months ago, you went pretty big and then stopped for a little bit. But look at here. And by the way, I haven't seen anything in the last 3 months. It's really important just to keep being consistent. I think we should keep going, but the recent ones have been doing very well, right? And I can tell why. Look at the thumbnails of these recent ones versus these ones back here, which is just your face, right? Back here we have some text. It's just more interesting. The titles are much better. And I think that that works out much better. We can actually see that that is working for you, right? So look at this one here. Understanding monthly transaction limits. This is your most popular video thus far. And ATM business transactions, some stuff that's circled there with an emoji. I'm like, I want to click on that. What is that surprising message? I want to click on it. So this is great. This is like more stuff like that.
Hey everybody out there in YouTube land, I wanted to talk to you today about the ATM business, and this particular video is from my series, actually my product, which is the ATM Mogul product, and that this training here is going to teach you a little bit more about the ATM machine business, where you open, where you own your own ATMs. And
cool. So I really love how you got right into it. Hey, in this video, you're going to learn X, Y, and Z. You did mention that it's part of something else that's much bigger, and that's totally okay. You didn't spend too much time on that. And I think this is why this video is performing so well. You got 15 likes. Also, again, look at the title here. Understanding monthly transaction limits, starting an ATM business in 2020. Dude, I would just have more videos about this. I don't know if your other videos are about this as well, but this is a sign that this is what you should focus on a little bit more. There are some very popular videos, right, about starting an ATM business. And then that becomes a playlist that you can put on your homepage, right? So the truth about how to start an ATM business, like this has 61,000 views. How to start an ATM business, almost 1 million views here. And just so what I would do is watch these videos and see what you can do better, right? Now, I'm not going to say that you're going to rank really high for a lot of these immediately, but I would watch these to see, okay, what are these guys doing to hook people in? And how can I have people get hooked in even more, right? So I would imagine that a lot of these start with something like a hook, or even this video title could be very inspiring for you to do something similar. 5 reasons why you shouldn't start an ATM business. Maybe you offer 10 and you make it even better, right? I'm just curious to see how this person starts.
Hey, what's up everybody? Victor here with Celebrated Victories. Back at you guys with another video. And in this video, I'm going to talk about 5 reasons why you should not open an ATM company.
Okay, and that's a very common sort of hook, right? Hey, here's why you shouldn't do this. Let's watch this one.
I said, hey, why don't you just have an ATM right here? He's like, I don't know, I've never thought about it. And that was the day that I landed my first ATM.
No one knows the way but your damn self.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of styles like that with a giant Benjamin in the background. Let me just try one more.
So how do you start an ATM business? Now, I've personally always wondered.
That's great, right? Because this person, the title matched exactly what he said straight away. Google and YouTube can read that through their machines and their transcriptions, and that just connects it to the term even more. So you could do something similar, and just I would experiment in your next upcoming videos with all stuff about ATM. That's where I would go. Cool, good stuff. Let's try. My computer is very, very slow right now for some reason. All right, let's go to Flyride.
When it comes to building custom lights, the hard part usually is that you have to wire all these crazy things and completely change up the circuitry on LED panels and all that. But what I actually think is...
Okay, this was really cool. Yeah, okay. Just making sure that we're still good. So Flyride, like the custom artwork here at the top, that's really neat. Flyride custom lighting, learn what, how, and why of auto lighting. Very clear, very niche, right? This is like auto lights are like a niche. Yeah, look, 65,000 subscribers, and that's pretty dope. So congrats on building a great channel. A lot of things you're doing right here that other people we've seen need to do, right? Like your trailer video here, and it doesn't necessarily need to be a trailer video specifically filmed just for the trailer. It could be your most popular video. Maybe, who was it? Postpreneur. You put in your ATM one there so that more views are there and it can help with the momentum, and that becomes at least a section of what your channel is about, right? Are you new to custom lighting? Start here. This is very cool. What you're doing is you're creating a start here area. You have a playlist for people who want to start, and I think that's really smart. I actually could benefit from doing something similar too. So there's 15 videos here. If I click on this, the cool thing about videos that are in a playlist is watch this. I'm going to click on this. Notice on the right-hand side.
I guarantee you there's not a bunch of guys that are hooking up Kia Sorento.
You see all the rest of the videos. And so this has benefited me hugely with my podcasting series. Postpreneur, maybe you have a series of ATM related videos that come out. And again, these are just amazing ways. Sorry, I'm making sure my computer's plugged in. These are just amazing ways to get people, like this auto plays the next video, like automatically in these playlists, which works really well. I've been working on the site big time with daily, working on it. Yeah, this is really great. Let's go back. I like the start here section. You can customize this text in the start here area and say like, hey, new here, check this out, or watch our most popular video, or interested in this, watch, click here, and that goes to a playlist. You can have it go to a video or a playlist, and I like that you're going to a playlist there. Uploads, it's always good to have your latest uploads just so people can see what's going on. You also stream, which is really cool. Sequential LEDs, how to customize your lights, parts and specific install videos. Vlogmas 2019, so you went live probably for like every single day or published a video every single day last year. Not sure how beneficial that is to still have up there. These look like they're not getting as many views as some of your other videos. Let's go into a video and let's just see what that might be like.
When it comes to building custom lights, the hard part usually is that you have to wire all these crazy things and completely change up the circuitry on LED panels and all that. But what I actually think is the hardest and where I need your help big time is in the coding. It's in actually, you've got control, you're telling a computer chip what to do, and then getting creative from that point. I think that's where people make a lot of mistakes by just kind of like shoving whatever already exists to it. They get this end result that's kind of like, man, it's just like all the other things that are out there, where it really...
All right, so 30 seconds in, here's what I saw. I got introduced to you right away about what this video was about. I saw some B-roll of you wiring some things, which interrupted the pattern, and you even did a couple zoom ins and zooms outs when you were actually explaining certain things, and when you made a point you zoomed in and then it came back to normal, all within 30 seconds. And you talked about what we're going to talk about. You talked about the mistakes that people are making. The one thing I would say is you say, it's very common for people to do this, right? And that's like, I would rank that like a B in terms of how to connect with the audience. You might best benefit from, you make sure you want to make sure that you don't make the same mistake that most people are making, that I've found in my experience, right? So using the words you up front versus like, hey, welcome to the video, most people do this, right? Versus, hey, welcome to the video. You want to make sure that when you build your lights, that you don't make the same mistake that everybody else does. You're not like everybody else. You're here, you're learning, etc. So you can just kind of create that contrast. And again, using the words you closer up front in the top of the video. And again, I'm getting a little bit more technical here and a little bit more picky, but I'm just trying to help out. You're doing a lot of things right. I'm also wanting to look at your tags here. So I'm using vidIQ for this sort of reconnaissance, how to customize headlights, build custom lights, automotive lighting. Okay, you're using all the right things there. This video looks like it doesn't have cards and doesn't have end screens, meaning if I go to the end of this video, end screen is like the last 20 seconds. You have a spot for it, but I don't see the end screens there. And this is your #1 video that's popping up on your homepage right now. I think that, or on your home in your channel right now, that's a lost opportunity. So that's obviously very easy just to solve. You just go and edit this video, and then you can add in an end screen or add in a card. And this being only a 4-minute video, likely you're getting a lot of people come to the end here and go, oh, like what else do you want me to click on? I'm not sure. It's cool that you have the call to action there, but like what about the call to action to watch these videos or subscribe? So you want that little subscription button up here and the 2 videos, which are just missing in this video, and maybe just doing a quick audit of all your videos for that. That works really well to grow your channel. That can help lift things up much bigger, because that increases the session time, the watch time for people. And the more watch time there is, the more session time there is on your channel, the more likely it is that people are going to stay around longer and actually see your other stuff as recommended videos elsewhere, higher rankings in search, all that kind of stuff. So cool. So that tool was called vidIQ. TubeBuddy is also another one that does something similar. I'm a big fan of both. And wow, how is it the top of the hour already? Did we just go through and burn through an hour? That's incredible. How did we do that? I think we've reviewed like 5 to 7 things today. Really? Man, that's crazy. Anyway, thank you so much for being here today. It's the weekend, so have some fun, relax a little bit. I know a lot of you are working extra. You're focused on your businesses and the opportunities that are right in front of you, which is great. I know I've needed to slow down recently. I had done 3 webinars this past week about email marketing, and they were great. They were very well received, and the course is performing very well right now, and people are already getting results from getting into email marketing magic. But right now, hey, I'm going to take a break and enjoy the weekend. I'm going to be setting up a pool in the backyard. We ordered one of those at-home inflatable pools. We're going to see, we've never done that before. We have pools here in the neighborhood, but nobody's going out right now. So we're going to see what happens. And I'm going to play some video games. I'm going to be up on the Fortnite. By the way, if you do play Fortnite, 121_gigawatts with a J, JIGOWATTS. That's my handle, 121_gigawatts. And we're going to be railing on some noobs later. Me and my boy and my daughter are going to play together. It'll be a lot of fun. Anyway, that was a fast hour. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Keep up the good work. Team Flynn, you're amazing. As always, Team Flynn for the win. And make sure every morning you check this out. patflynn.com/theincome stream. That's where you want to go. Thanks again to all the super chats that came in today. That's going to be very handy for those who are in the medical field. Project Cure is who we are donating to this month, and we're well over $300 or $400 already collected this month. And I just want to thank you for that. And we'll see where we end up. But last month we donated 6,000 meals to those in need in San Diego, and I just want to keep giving. And thank you for being a part of that. So, hey, all the best. I appreciate you, and keep up the good work. Thanks for making my day great, starting it off the right way. I'm here to serve you, and you just keep giving back. So keep up the good work. Take care. And as always, Team Flynn for the win. Peace out.
This is the income stream to help you achieve your dream, all while we keep it clean. This is the income stream. It's the kind of show where you can come and go, but then you leave inspired with no fee required. The income stream with Pat Flynn.
Make sure you hit subscribe if you haven't already. If you're just finding me for the first time today, thank you so much for coming in every morning, 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern. My name is Pat Flynn, here to help you make more money, save more time, and help more people too. Let's make the internet a better place.
Bruh.